Welcome back to the Ingrain Workshop, and in this video we're going to be doing the wall prep for the installation of the rigid foam insulation and also the T111 siding. So before we do that, we're going to have to prep the walls using some framing, and we're also going to have to relocate a water line and an air line, which is what we're going to do right now. Hope you enjoy the video, and I hope it's informative. So the first thing we have to do is shut off the water valve before we can do any plumbing work. So this is the service entrance into the wood shop, and I'm just going to shut off the water, and then I'm going to go open a valve outside to try to drain what's in the line, and then we can start cutting. Okay, so right here is where I transitioned from 1/2 inch PVC to 3/4 inch, and I ran the 3/4 inch on the outside of the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the 1/2 inch right here, and then I can transition 1/2 inch within the rib of the wall and just extend it vertically up the wall until I get up into the attic space. Once I get up into the attic space, I can then install a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch reducer and increase it back up from 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. Okay, so we've done the coupling. So we have a 1/2 inch coupling. Now we have the 1/2 inch pipe running in the rib of the metal siding, so it will not interfere with the T111 siding when we put it on the interior of the wall. It also will not affect the rigid insulation. Now, I tried to get it on camera, but I had a screw that was in that top rib that was screwed through, holding the box eave to the building. It was just one screw, so I just went to the outside of the building, backed that screw out of the box eave, and was able to then slide the 1/2 inch PVC all the way up to the attic or ceiling area. And from there I'll be able to make my tie-in to the 3/4 inch, and all that will be up in the ceiling and will be hidden from view. Okay, so similar to the water pipe and having to get that inside the wall, I'm going to have to do the same with my air pipe. I've got a centralized air compressor, and I've got air pipe throughout the workshop via 3/4 inch PVC pipe. Now here I took the pipe and basically ran it just like the water pipe on the outside of the wall, and then down at the bottom it actually goes under the slab to my carport behind the workshop, and then comes up, and I have a hose reel right here. And then this is the carport area, which is just I think a 12-foot by 25-foot carport. But right now that's the only air I have out here. So I'll probably take and do the same thing and reduce it to 1/2 inch PVC just to get it in the wall and then transition back to 3/4. Now, the only problem here is that the pipe comes out at the bottom outside the wall. So I'm going to have to just cut the baseboard and let that just be an exposed pipe, but at least it will only be exposed down at the bottom of the wall. This is going to be where my lumber rack is, so it's probably not even going to be visible because I'll have stacked lumber all the way up this wall, and you're not even going to see it. You couldn't even see this outside the wall when I had all the lumber installed here, which was the same way with the water pipe in the other corner. I knew you weren't going to see it because of the lumber storage, but I need to go ahead and get it cleaned up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to reduce this to 1/2 inch, get it inside the wall, and then I'll increase it back to 3/4 of an inch and get it to the carport. Okay, so here I'm just marking the layout of the 90-degree elbow. So what I'm going to be doing is installing a 90-degree elbow to get the pipe inside the wall or inside the rib, and then another 90-degree elbow to turn and go up the rib or up the wall, and then that will get me inside the rib. You can see the two 90s, they're opposing 90s. Okay, now that I've relocated the water line and the air lines within the walls, I can start the wall framing. These are not traditional walls; they're metal walls. The thicknesses are 2¼ inches thick versus your standard 2x4 wall. So I'm going to take just a standard 2x4 and rip them in half and use that as my vertical nailers. On the interior of the workshop, I'm going to be installing T111 siding that come in 4x8 sheets. So I'm going to need these vertical nailers every 4 feet on center. I'm also going to install some horizontal blocking, just regular 2x4 blocking at 36 inches above the finished floor, and also at 8 feet because that's where my T111 joint's going to be. The ceilings in the workshop vary, but they range around 10 feet to 12 feet. So that horizontal joint is going to go around the entire perimeter of the inside of the workshop. So here I'm installing one of the vertical wood nailers for the T111 siding, and as you can see, I'm using a metal screw to screw to the metal tubing at the bottom, and then a wood screw to screw into the 36-inch blocking that I have. And you can see I've got the 36-inch blocking installed horizontally along the whole inside of the building. I did that so I'd have a nailer for my shop cabinets. So in the future, when I do build base cabinets, I'll have something to screw to. And here I'm nailing another vertical member into place on top of the 36-inch horizontal blocking. And I'm just going to do that all the way up the wall till I get to the top plate of the metal wall, which is about 10 feet. So here you can see I'm continuing installing the vertical framing members. You can see above me, that's the 8-foot horizontal 2x4 that runs along the whole perimeter of the inside of the workshop, and that's going to be the joint for the T111 siding. That's at 8 feet above the finished floor, and then I'll need another 24 inches above that to get me to the top plate. Well, thanks for watching the video. I hope it helps you out in your project. I hope it's informative. And always get out there and create, build, and inspire. And as always, pay it forward. Until next week, Ranger Rick out.